start off with getting to know you guys and getting to know our weekend and what's going on with the company. But today we have a special launch, and we want to start right away with the information about this launch in case anybody in the future wants to hear an explanation in long form, transparent conversation way. That's the goal of this stream. So we're going to jump right into that. I do encourage you guys and invite you guys to hit that thumbs up on the stream if you don't mind. But we have a launch with Dr. Nick's right now today. Nick, first off, is it live? Is it available?
Let's find out.
Oh, yeah. No, I got you covered. If you guys scroll down, you go to the website, products, beard oil, scroll down here, and you've got this beautiful bottle right here. This is the Growth Stimulator Oil. I will link this in the chat. And we are going to tell you guys today what is in it, why those ingredients are there, how it works, how you should use it, and then answer every single question you guys have about this product here. $25 Growth Stimulator Oil. And man, we got new labels. We got so many things to talk about, which is why this show is here, why this show exists. And it's ready. It's live. And to begin, let me start off right away, Nick. And I'm going to put the ingredients up on the screen for you. What is in this product, and then why is it in the product? And I think that's really, really important. So go ahead and start with that one. What's in it and why to begin?
Yeah. So, okay. As promised, we weren't going to duplicate what anyone else has done here in the growth stimulator space. There's a couple of usual suspects, right? You got peppermint oil and rosemary oil. We'll talk about those last because I think that's probably the ones that people know the most about. But just to give you the quick rundown for people who are looking and people who might just be listening, is we have burity oil, castor oil, and rice bran oil that acts as our carrier blend for this. And then we have peppermint oil and rosemary, which are our two essential oils that you could call, in this world, and our active ingredients in this blend, if you will, right? And so burity oil. I mean, we could spend this hour almost talking about burity oil. It's what gives this oil the crazy color that you see here. You see that crazy dark orange color? The reason for that is it is packed full of beta carotene. Beta carotene is what makes carrots orange. So it imposes that color here, in the bottle as well. And I mean, beta carotene is really important for lots of things, but I have a couple of blurbs that we are going to add to the website and some more details. I'm just kind of working on some formatting and arrangement. Wanted to figure out how I want to get it laid out, but it's an antioxidant. And what's really interesting is that beta carotene, when it sits on your skin or on your hair and it oxidizes, the oxidation process actually converts it to vitamin A. So it's good in its normal sense, but the vitamin A, it's a huge part to being able to grow healthy hair. And one of the other pieces that really helps with it is locking in moisture, right? You look at what vitamin A does for locking in moisture. It has huge benefits on the surface of the skin and on the surface of your hair. So it's great stuff with the beta carotene. Castor oil, right? We all know and love castor oil for different reasons. We don't use it in our beard oil normally because we like to have that medium light viscosity, and that makes it a little too thick for us. But since this is made to sit on the surface of your skin and the surface of the bottoms of your hair, castor oil is great from both a bonding perspective because it's that thicker viscosity, really coating, really nourishing oil. And it's really full of lots of good acids. I was reading about, I'll butcher the name of it, but the ricinolic acid is a piece that's super duper beneficial in castor, which the castor blends that are out there in people's beard oils, obviously they benefit from that. And now so does this. And then rice bran oil is the third carrier. And that really, it's super hydrating. It's great from a hydration perspective. It has two main block antioxidants in it that are super duper important from protecting against your skin getting stressed out from environmental factors. But more often than not, rice bran oil is really known for its moisturizing properties and also has the nice benefit of containing squalene as well. So, rice bran oil in the form that we use it in does contain a certain percentage of squalene as a natural byproduct of the rice bran manufacturing process, which is pretty cool. Not on label though, because it's not a separate ingredient. You can list them as a byproduct, but you can't list them as an ingredient. And then, of course, you know, we have the stars of the show, which are peppermint and rosemary oil, and those are just great from a hair growth perspective, right? There's the study that Dan's referenced a couple of times. We now reference it on the website as well as a study done in 2014 on peppermint and rosemary that talk about how when they proved it in this lab study, where it's just as effective as regrowing hair follicles as minoxidil is, except without a lot of the side effects from using minoxidil. Obviously, like we always say, right, these oils aren't going to cause you to grow hair where it's genetically impossible for you to grow hair. But if you do have the ability to grow hair in an area and you apply rosemary and peppermint oils, it has been shown to wake up those dormant hair follicles. It's great from a cleansing perspective. And you know, it's again, we say it on the website, it's not a silver bullet for beard growth, but rather a scientifically backed aid to help you achieve the best beard your genetics allow. And that was the goal, right? What can we do that's an all natural way to help encourage good growth without putting out a bunch of, you know, BS out there about all these miracle growths and showing a 4-week Wolverine-like difference in someone's beard. You know, it's not what we're claiming here, but you know, the stuff works, and it's worked for thousands of years for people in different cultures, you know. So but those are really, that's it. I mean, that's the stars of the show. It is very much, we did not take our normal carrier blend and just add peppermint and rosemary to it. Although we probably will be introducing peppermint and rosemary into our beard wash, beard conditioner, and body wash, just because it smells so dang good. It's minty, it's fresh, it's effervescent, and eucalyptus. You know, you get that like eucalyptus effervescence out of it, even though there isn't any in there, right? It's just got rosemary and peppermint, but you get what I'm saying. You kind of get that really, it wakes your nose up when you smell it. So I'd love to see that in the shower products. But we started from the ground up. Jill really did look far and wide to figure out what could we do that kind of hasn't been done yet in the growth stimulator space or just the beard oil space in general. And we really couldn't find anyone doing anything with Beardy. And we figured it was time to give it some time in the spotlight. And the Beardy is the culprit for the $5 increase of price. It is expensive stuff. That is like, it's the price per gallon is actually over double what we pay for other oils that we use. And we didn't double the price of the product. You know, we added on what we needed to make it sustainable like we usually do. And you don't use as much of this as you use with the beard oil, right? You're not getting your whole hands covered in it. You're not doing the 3 droppers full. Like even me, I would take a pipette and I'd put it along here. I'd kind of drip some along here and I'd work it in with my fingers to the skin at the base of the hair, maybe the same in my mustache. And that's really all I'm going to do. We'll talk more about usage in a minute here on it, but just to demonstrate that this should last you, you know, about 4 times as long as a bottle of beard oil would last you. So the increased cost when you spread it across the time that you'd use it doesn't make that much of a difference, I don't think.
Yeah, and quick shout out to Ruben, gave a great tip. He said, depending on how the site is accessed, and he was talking about, forgot where he was at here. Could you guys bump it to the top? While Nick was talking there, worked a little magic on the website, and the 2 new products, the growth stimulator oil and the key lime pie, are now at the top of the beard oil list.
Perfect.
So, Ruben, appreciate that feedback. If you guys go to, again, Beard Oil, it is listed there at the top, and then some of the seasonal ones that are sold out are down at the bottom. So
perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely great tip there, Ruben. Thank you, sir. And yeah, and also I do want to say, you guys, I have several questions and topics starred from Ed, Mike, Mr. Mills, and Jason G. So if you guys have questions, I am grabbing them. We're just going to get all the info out first, and then we will go into answering those questions. So keep them coming, you guys.
And G squared's like, yeah, I can see naming a kid Beardy. I like it. But but it's 2023, so you'd have to mess up the spelling somehow. It need to be like Bourittie.
Yeah.
Burity.
Yep. So yeah, it is. And I've never seen a beard product with that ingredient in it ever in the entire industry.
Well, that's what we're after, man. You know, we want to find things that are unique but also make sense, right? We don't want to use just exotic oils for the sake of using them, but when one of them presents themselves the way that this has, right? I mean, we were looking for something that was a good antioxidant and vitamin A additive, and we thought it was literally going to be an additive and ended up being the base of our carrier blend.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those crazy things, and I think, you know, this is one of those things too where I do see this probably being a problem for someone at massive scale that's doing this. Right? If you were like a Target or a Walmart product, I could see Burity oil being a challenge, right? Just because it is not super widely available, right?
Yeah.
And so thankfully we got a really good lockdown on it. We got some good forecasts here looking out for us. So I think we're good until proven otherwise.
Beautiful.
But yeah, I think we're looking
Here's a
good.
good question from Donald on topic. He says, in the
Mhm.
order you showed the carrier blend, is that the order by volume of the carriers?
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Legal.
That's it, man. All legal, following all the rules.
Yes. All right.
And then I saw another question, I think that was right to the point you were trying to make, Dan, of kind of getting the ingredients out and then working out some other details in case
Yep.
people need to come watch this stream later because they're interested in the growth stimulator. And that was, how do you work it into your rotation?
Yeah.
So, you know, Mr. Mills, I would say the growth stimulator, and we talk about this on the instructions on the bottle. And I think there was one piece of this launch actually, for some reason, that didn't actually update, which is the how to use. So stay tuned. It'll get updated later today. But if for some reason the auto launch, you know, whenever you schedule it for whatever reason, it always ends up missing something that I leave updated, and I don't know why. But you know, the way you'd work this into your rotation would be at nighttime. So the ideal time to use this would be at night, probably before you apply butter. And what I would say you do is, you can do it a couple of ways. One, when we sent out samples of these, Jill included little applicator brushes, and we have like 400 of them. So we're probably going to send them out with these growth stimulators. Whether or not they stay will be based on feedback from you guys. We want to see if you like them. So we have them. So we're going to include them when we ship these. But we're going to ask you guys in a future stream. We'll probably do a poll on Instagram at some point, Dan, I'm guessing, where we could, you know, maybe ask, you know, what do people think about the applicator brushes and do they like them?
Yeah.
And, you know, but we have them, so you'll get them. And then if we keep doing it, it'll be because you guys say, yeah, you like them. But the way that I would apply this is, if you have patchy areas, right? I'll just demonstrate here with I don't have a blank pipette, so I'll probably get some on me, but that's okay. Is, you know, you can basically apply straight to the patchy areas with the pipette, right? And then you'll work it into the skin. Keep in mind, your hair follicles are in your skin, right? They're not in your hair down here. So there's no need to bring this stuff all the way through your beard, right? You're going to want to focus on your patchy areas, either with your fingertips or with the applicator tip or with the brush. You're going to get it right in those patchy areas and work it into the skin, right? And if you're using the little brush that comes with these, you'll kind of just brush it onto the skin in those areas. And that really helps evenly distribute it. And it kind of helps get it onto the base of the hair itself. And that's going to help lock in moisture at the base of the hair, which the base of your hair is nice and moisturized and your follicles are stimulated. That's going to give you the best possible climate to wake those things up and help push out new or thicker, healthier hair.
Yes.
So that's where I would kind of work it in.
And I do want to jump in here. This is